Okay, so now I'm done with the sectional top view. I can just mark that out. So I'm left with the last two views. Now I'll have to draw the sectional right view. So remember, solid geometry is always in first angle. So the right view will be next to the front view, but on my left hand side, right, instead of the right hand side. So the right view will be on my left hand side. Of putting the top view at the top, we just place the top view at the bottom, and then the right view, instead of placing the right view on our right hand side, we place the right view on our left hand side. Okay, so now let me try and draw the right view. Okay, so now I will just add an XY line in here, the vertical one. So I can just measure 10 there, then draw an XY line there. So I can label that X1, Y1, right? Okay, so now I'll have to project all the points from the front view to our left hand side. So I'll start with that point, project that point. I'll start with the top surface there. And the base. Okay, we also have the pyramid there. Okay, and then from here I can just draw an XY line there from that point down here. Then now I'll have to project the points from this view to this side. That means I'll use this 45-degree line. So I can just project that, that, and also the space point for the pyramid, and point 3 there. Point 1 there. Okay, then now from here I just project the points up. Okay, just like that. So now I'll start with the pyramid. I'll just draw the pyramid here, the right view in light construction. So I'll start with the highest point T. Where is T from the top view? From the sectional top view, T is right somewhere there. So I'll use this line, right? And then from here I have T there. So where they connect, it's a point. That means this is point T, right? Okay, then I'll move to the base. Point one from the top view is right there. So I'll use that line, this horizontal line here, obviously this line. So where is 1? 1 is there. So I have point 1 there. And 2 is there, right? It's this point here. So 2 will be there. Obviously all the points of the base, they're just there. So this is point number 2, and point number 3 is this line here. So that means point number 3 is there. Then I can just connect the base points to that highest point there at the top. So this is our right view in light construction for the pyramid. So I can just, because now remember we are cutting this uh, two solids right there. So now we are looking from this direction, from our right hand side. So obviously for me to see the cut surface of the two solids, that means I'll have to remove this portion, the two portions of the two solids. So obviously I'll see this cut surface at the bottom there, so I can just project the points of the cutting plane there to our right view there, right? So I'll just project these 3 points. So I'll start with line T1. Line T1 is there, so I can just project the point because the cutting plane cuts the line T1 there. So that means we have the first point of the cut surface, and then line T2, the cutting plane cuts this line there. So I'll just project that to line T2. Line T2 is right there. Is right there. So this is our second point of the cut surface, and then it goes all the way to the base. So obviously here we have line 2 3, right? 2 3 is there. So for that point I can use this point here from the top view. Remember we have 2 3, right? So I can just project that point of the cut surface to this side and then up to the base there. So we have a point there, okay, and we also have line 1 3. So from the top view, line 1 3 is there, so I have to project this point to our right view. So I'll just project that. So 1 3 is there, so we have a point there. So now I'll have to connect these points. So this is our cut surface from the pyramid, looking from the right side. So this is our cut surface. Okay, so I can just hatch that surface now. Okay, so this is the cut surface of the pyramid, and then I can just draw this part that's left, because remember we have removed this section. So we remove this section, I can just draw the remaining part. So the remaining part is this one here. You can just draw that line up to there, because remember this top part is removed, so I'm not allowed to draw the top part because that part is removed. Point T is removed with point 3, right? Okay, so I can also draw this part this side, like that, and also the base there. Okay, so remember we have to add the hidden detail line. So we have this line T2, right? So but the hidden detail is from here to the base, right? So this is hidden. We have an edge at the back of this cut surface, something like that. So this is our sectional right view for the pyramid. So now if you check, obviously this thing makes sense because it's like I'm projecting the cutting plane to this side here, right? Because this section now is no longer there, it's removed, so there is no need for me to draw the top section there, right? Okay, so now I'll have to try and draw the sectional right view of the prism. So now I'll have to draw the prism in light construction. I'll start with A. So where is A from the top view? A is right there. I'll use this line. Then we have A there. And then I'll label that point A. And B, where is B? B is right there. So I'll project that. I'll use this line. Where is B? This side. B is there. Connect there. And then C. Where is C? C is on the same line. So C is there. So just write C there. And then D is here. It's on this line. And then where is D here? D is right there. So here I have point D. Okay. And then I move to E. So where is E? E is right there. I'll use this line down here. Where is E from there? E is right there. And F, from the top view, F, it's here, same line as E. So F is there. They connect there. And then back to A. So I can just connect those points in light construction. Remember, I'm just drawing the right view of the prism in light construction first. So this is the top surface of the prism, right? That means looking from this side, I'll see this top surface of the prism, and that surface is right here. So this is the top surface of the prism. And then now I'll have to construct the base, the lower part of the prism. Do the same thing. I'll start with A. A is there, so I'll use this line. So I'll mark a point there. So this is our first point, A. B. B is here on this line. So where is B there? B is there. So label that point B. And C, that's on the same line as B. Where is C? C is down here. Mark a point there. C. And then I move to D. D is here. That means I'll use this line. So D is right there. Okay, and then E is this side. I'll use this line where they connect. It's a point, it's E, right? And then F, I can just use this letters from the top there. So F is on this line. So where is F from the base? F is there. Then back to A. So this is our F. So I can connect the points there. AF, AB, BC, DE, DE, right? And then EF and back to A. So as you can see, I have this shape there. So this is the base surface. Okay, it's the surface for the base. Okay, so now I'll go back to my cutting plane. I have to check where is this cutting plane cutting this prism. So it cuts the prism from A, that point, and that point. Okay, so I have to project those points to your left hand side, this side, this side. Okay, so obviously we have the first point there. I can mark it with the across X. Okay, so obviously this cutting plane cuts the two lines here, BP and FF, right? So where is line BP? Line BP is there, right? So I have to project the point to line BP. That means I'll mark that with an X. It's our second point. Let me just zoom that part. So we have line BP there, so we have a point there on line BP, and then obviously even line FF. Line FF is this side, so that means I'll mark there, I want that point. Okay, and then we move to the next point. We have two lines as well here. We have line CC and line EE, right? So where is line CC from our right view? C is right there, so we have a line there, so we have to project that point to that line. That means we have a point there, right? Okay, and line EE, where is line EE? Line EE is right there. Okay, so obviously we project that point to line EE. We have our fifth point there. If you can check there, we have this points, and then we are done with this point. We move to the last point. So here we only have one line, line DD. Where is line DD from our right view? Line DD is right there, DD. So we project the point to line DD. That means we have a point there. Then this is the complete surface of the cut surface. So I can just connect the points. Like that. 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 Okay, so now I can hatch this surface, because this is the cut surface obviously. Okay, so now I have to complete the prism, the lower part, because we are left with this portion. Remember, we are removing this portion here. This portion is removed, and then we are left with this lower portion here. So we are left with line DD from this point to there. So this point is there. Where is the lowest point D? It's there. So from here, remember, we have this part of the pyramid. That means I can only draw a line, a solid line from that point to where the pyramid starts, like that. And then here I'll just add hidden detail lines, because the prism is behind the pyramid, right? Looking from the right, the pyramid, you'll see the pyramid first, and then you'll see the prism after. So this line is just behind the pyramid. So I'll just add hidden detail lines there up to D. Okay, and then we have this lines C and EE. So obviously we'll start here up to C, so we can draw that line. We can also draw the EE line there, like that. And then obviously this bottom part is the base, so I can just draw a solid line from there to there. And then here I can just add some hidden detail lines. Okay, do the same thing this side, a solid line from that point to that line, and then from here hidden detail line. Okay, and then let's check line BB. Okay, obviously we'll start at that point. B is there, FF as well is there. Okay, there is no need for us to draw those solid lines. And then now what's left, it's this part of the base. Remember, we're looking from the right, so the base is hidden. So this section here, we'll just draw hidden detail lines there for the base. that, and also the side like that. And then we still have line AA. Where is AA? A is there, right? Is this A? Yeah, it's A. So hidden detail lines from that point A up there down to this point over there. Okay, so this is the complete sectional right view. So I can just mark off the sectional right view there. So now we are left with the true shape of the cut surfaces. So that's not a problem. So now let me just zoom out there. That's not a problem. Let's move the board this side. Okay, so now from this cutting plane, I'll have to project all the points on the cutting plane perpendicular to the line this side, right? Because we still have some space there. So I'll draw the true shapes there, right? So I'll just put the 30 by 60 there on that line, and then I'll just put this one there, and then I'll slide this ruler a little bit down, okay, like that. And then now I put this one here. I have to press it against the board like that so that it doesn't move. I'll just slide this set square only, okay. And then from point A, right, we have a point there. Let me use my pencil, project that up. Then this point, I'm only projecting the points on the cutting plane only, like that. Move this one a little bit down, okay. That point there, that point, that point, and the last point down there, like that, okay. Then now let me just move this bit up. So now I'll have to add an XY line up there, somewhere up there. So just slide this up. Let me just add it there. Okay, so this will be our, let me move this a little bit down. This will be our x2, y2, because we have x1, y1 already there here. Okay, so now when it comes to the true shape, I'll just use the sectional right view to project the measurements up to the section up there, right? So I'll start with the first point there, right? So I transfer all the measurements from the x1, y1 line to that x2, y2 line there. So I'll just project the points, only the points for the cut surfaces. So obviously it's this one. So I'll use this line. Obviously I put my compass there, then I mark up there. So this is my first point, right? And then obviously they are on the same line, so I'll just use this line now. It's this one down there, so I can put my compass there, mark a point there, okay. And then this point, there. Obviously now I'll use this line to mark that point there. So I have a point there because this point and this point, they're on the same line. So we'll use this line now, this line, to mark a point there. I have a point there. Okay, we do have this one, it's there, and then there's two, so I have to open the compass from the x1 y1 line to the point like that. Okay, now I use this line there, mark a point up there like that. Obviously those 2 points, they're on the same line, so now I'll use this line to mark a point, so that point is there. So now I transferred all the points for the cut surface for the prism, so I can just connect the points now. So this is the true shape of the prism, the true shape of the cut surface of the prism. So I can just connect the points there. Like that. And then I can just hatch that surface right away. Which one can I use? Let me just put it like this. Okay, done with the cut surface for the prism. Now I'll move to this pyramid. Do the same thing, I transfer all the points there. So I'll start with this point here. So that point is on that line. I'll mark a point there. So I have a point there, and then this point as well. I'll use this line now to mark off that point there, and then we also have this point down there. I'll transfer that to here, and then the last point, where is it? Just here, same line there, so mark there. Okay, so this is the true shape for the cut surface of the pyramid. So I just connect the points there. Like that. Then I hatch the surface there. Just like that. Just like that. So this is our true shape, or true shapes of the cut surfaces. And this is our front view. This is our sectional right view. And then lastly we have the sectional top view, and then obviously I have to add the XY line there. This is just X, Y. Okay, so this is the complete drawing or answer for this question. So I have all the views, so I can just mark that off, the true shape of the cut surfaces. All constructions, projection as added, show all hidden details, I added all that. So this is the complete drawing for this question.